I remember he was playing is it a charity rugby game, and he tore his ACL. This was like the year after Rio, and you think, man, if this had never happened, because is it fair to say that he didn't really compete for 2 years after that ACL, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Tore the ACL in September of 2017, and he didn't compete 2018, tried to compete in 2019. 2020 happened, and then obviously we came into 2021. So he hadn't really competed since 2017, like obviously
let's
on a
dive right into it. We can get into the background and about your experience and stuff like that, but I'd say like the thing that you're most prominently known for is your work with Wayde Van Niekerk, being a part of his preparation to break a very long-standing 400-meter world record. What do you think went wrong in Tokyo? Because obviously the expectation would be, hey, if this guy's a world record holder, how does he not make the Olympic final a few years later as an outsider?
I think the short answer to that would honestly be undercooked. If I were to put it to one word, I would say undercooked for that event. Because if you track back to his season and his races before the actual event, a lot of his races were 200s. You know what I'm saying? And till this day, I don't know why he wasn't selected for the 200 by obviously the national body and everything. I don't know. Maybe they have their own reasons, but I feel like he would have been a better fit for the 2. Not to say that he's not into the 4 anymore. It's just that undercooked, not enough time with the new coach, new system. So there's a lot of variables that go into that.
Did he switch coaches prior to Tokyo? Because I know, is it Ans Botha was his coach before, and now he's in Florida, right?
Yeah, he's with Lance Brom in Florida. He switched back in March. Yeah, I think March 2021.
And one of the things that struck me, it was at 17. I remember he was playing is it a charity rugby game, and he tore his ACL. This was like the year after Rio, and you think, man, if this had never happened, because is it fair to say that he didn't really compete for 2 years after that ACL, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Tore the ACL in September of 2017, and he didn't compete 2018, tried to compete in 2019. 2020 happened, and then obviously we came into 2021. So he hadn't really competed since 2017, like obviously on a full scale level, you know?
Yeah. So in your mind, if he doesn't tear his ACL, is he going to continue to improve beyond 16, or was it like the planets aligning?
I'm honestly going to guard and say boldly, 2018 probably would have been 9.7 and over the 100. 2019 probably would have been 42. And I don't know about 2020. That would have been the next step from 42. You got what I'm saying? But 2018, 9.7 was there.
How did you come to work with him?
So we go back. I used to be a sprinter myself. So we used to be in the same sprint group back in 2012. Obviously, I was the trash one and he just kept going, you know? And eventually, over time, we got up until 2015. I was studying sports science over here in Bloemfontein, and I was in my final year. And the place he was currently training at, where he was receiving his sports science and SNC services, there were not really good vibes there, so he decided to leave there mid-March of 2015. And he asked me as his friend, because we became friends over time because we were training partners the years preceding that. And he just asked me, listen, dude, can you do my SNC for me? And let's see how far we go. And for me, it was just a nonchalant thing, because I was just like, okay, it's just Wayde. I mean, it's not, it's nothing to me, maybe to someone else. But at the time, he was Commonwealth silver medalist from the previous year.
Yeah.
So literally mid-March, we picked it up, started there and then, and we got going. And that's literally how it started. Literally just asking me a text message, asking me, listen, can you do this? And I'm like, okay, why not? Let's try.
So when you look at him as a sprinter, not to say that he's unimpressive, but you see, because this is the thing that entertains me, in England, the EIS always hold up Harry AA and be like, oh my God, look at this guy. Like, oh, he's yoked. He, power cleans 170. It's like, yeah, he runs like 10-1 and he's not improved in 10 years. And then you see the American sprinters, same model to an extent. But then you see someone like Wayde Van Niekerk, who, like you said, he can run sub 10, sub 20, and he's, you know, on the edge of breaking into 42 seconds in the 400. Physically, he doesn't really fit that model. So is that fair to say? And how does it affect his outputs in the gym?
I think he's physically, when you look at him, he's an outlier. It looks like he doesn't fit, absolutely. But if you look at the outputs, if you look at in terms of his bar velocities, and you look at the loads that he's lifting in the gym, you're looking at the power outputs, he's right up there. He's punching above with the guys that actually look the part, but he doesn't really look the part. But I think if we go back to the very beginning, he's just wired to sprint. If we can all agree here to say that that's just a guy who's gifted to be able to sprint. You just need to give him the tools to, you know, really take advantage of what he can do. And he will show you if he really channels into what he needs to do, put on freaking 100 kilograms on the bar and let him power clean that, and he'll do that. I mean, you'd look like he can't do it, but it happens. He does it. So I think the physical didn't really confirm what he could actually do, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I do remember back in the day, Jonathan Edwards, when he broke the world record, the rumor was that he could snatch more than the 200-meter record holder in Britain, John Regis.
Yeah.
Apparently, he used to put up some absolutely crazy numbers. You see that with Greg Rutherford as well. Apparently, he could power clean like 140, 150.
You see what I mean? I mean, sometimes you don't have to look the part to actually do the job. You know what I'm saying? So it's, again, an outlier that you say, okay, I probably couldn't do that, but watch him in the gym, it happens.
So when you take a talent like that, starting out in the gym, what do? Is it they do the same as everyone else, just a lot better? Or is it...
Okay, obviously starting out, I mean, does the same as everyone else. But I mean, as we progress, he catches on really quickly. So his learning curve is really nice. So he catches on to things really quickly, picks it up really quickly, and his gains just keep happening and happening. You just need to manage him in such a way that the niggles don't become overbearing. I'm not saying that there's no niggles, but so that they become overbearing, that he can't actually do the task that he's meant to do, and that's to run really fast.
What kind of niggles? Is it like tendonitis, hamstrings, or?
And hamstrings, we had backs. You know, I think it all stemmed from his lumbar pelvic control that he had back then. So that's been something, a work in process, just tune that, get that going right, and make sure that he's aware. And he became very aware of it as time went by. He would become very responsible and know exactly when he knows, okay, something's not right. So he's very easy to teach, and a pleasure to teach as well. Yeah.
Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. Why don't you celebrate by watching more videos just like it? You can also help us on our quest to placate the algorithm gods by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you.